She slowed her car when the faded green sign marking the city limits came into view. A tangle of thorny brown vines crept up the rusted post and across the face of the sign, nearly choking off the words, Village Green, population 571. She released a long, noisy sigh. Welcome home. She hung a left off the 2-lane highway at the flashing yellow light, heading south on Main Street. Though hers was the only car on the road, she eased off the gas, slowing to 20 miles an hour to stall for time. She tightened her grip on the steering wheel and sighed. Rolling along at a crawl gave her the opportunity to study the weathered brick storefronts lining the street. In the glare of March sunlight, everything looked tired and dirty. At least half of the old 2-story buildings were boarded up. Since its heyday in the 50s, the sleepy town of Village Green was slowly dwindling away. Hallie flicked her fingers in a dismissive wave. Good riddance. She couldn't muster a single sentimental twinge for the town where she'd been born and raised. Village Green was nothing more than a jumble of stinging slights and painful memories. She edged past an unfamiliar pickup truck parked in front of her childhood home and pulled into the rutted gravel driveway. She shifted into park and looked through the windshield to see her all-time worst memory sitting next to her mom on the porch swing. Trey Gunther. Hallie resisted the very real temptation to slam her car into reverse, squeal out of the driveway in a spray of stones, and beat a fast path back to the city. Once a fixture at Hallie's house, she swore Trey hadn't stepped foot on the Nichols property in a decade. After their less-than-amicable breakup, they'd made it a point to steer clear of each other. Since they hadn't shared more than a curt nod or two in the last 10 years, she couldn't imagine what brought him today. She squinted for another look. Definitely Trey. No mistaking his broad shoulders and sun-streaked hair. Hallie took her time switching off the ignition, giving herself a minute to assimilate this unexpected twist. Curiosity warred with homecoming dread. What was he doing here? She climbed out of the car and pocketed the keys without locking up, leaving everything to unload later. Several thoughts raced through her mind as she pushed her door closed. What had she done to deserve having her old boyfriend on her reception committee? Why couldn't she have worn something classier than her oldest pair of jeans and a t-shirt she should have thrown out years ago? And most importantly, how should she act toward him? She couldn't very well ignore him since he was sitting there big as life, and she had no intention of running up the white flag and making friendly with the man who had broken her heart. So what did that leave her?